Okay, just doing a kind of a little update on what today was like. Since a lot of these are new, you probably don't know that typically I run between Phoenix and the southeast, mid-Atlantic region primarily. That's Virginia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, and west to Phoenix. I don't go back to Phoenix unless I'm going home. And the reason is freight out of Phoenix sucks. It's just bad. It has been for years. It always will be. Very hit and miss. I intentionally do not. I'm very aware of deadheading and what it can do to your bottom line. Putting a lot of empty miles on your truck just eats away at any income you're going to make. But there are times, especially lately, the way the market's been, that you have to deadhead to get to a better place, a better load, something that pays better. And unfortunately, out of Phoenix, it's just bad. So the sad part is there's really good loads going to Phoenix that pay really well. And I shouldn't say really well, pay better. So getting home, lately I try to only go home every 3 or 4 weeks at the earliest, because I need to keep churning good revenue in order to stay ahead of the expense curve. Since luckily, well, there's two sides to this coin as far as the fuel prices dropping. The upside is there's less out-of-pocket expense. So right now that's helping quite a bit. So it kind of takes the sting out of deadheading a little bit. I use the Fleet One fuel card through NASTIC, N-A-S-T-I-C, which is the National Association of Small Trucking Companies. N-A-S-T-C, I think I said N-A-S-T-I-C. It's N-A-S-T-C. They have a good program through the Fleet One fuel card where it's several 100,000 owner-operators. So we get really good pricing on fuel. So much so that fuel has dropped about 30-some cents in the last 3 or 4 days. It went down about 35 cents, went up about 7 cents yesterday, and it's dropping again about 6.5 cents at midnight. So right now I'm sitting in Rafine, Virginia at the Petro here. For some of you, if you don't know where that is, it's on Interstate 81. If you know where Lynchburg is, or it's up near Washington, that way on 81, which goes northeast off of I-40. This particular truck stop has parking for, I think, 640 trucks. So it's a pretty big place. They have a shuttle bus that runs you out and back, but I'm kind of going everywhere with this conversation. But the intent of this was, I never run up in the Northeast, ever. In the last 6 years, I haven't been up here at all. I haven't been north of Richmond, Virginia, which is 3-4 hours. Well, it's kind of straight east where I am now, but today I went up into a town called Finksburg, Maryland, which, if you know where Washington is and Baltimore, you go through around Washington. I took 81 north to 66, I-66, which takes you straight into Washington. Took the loop around Washington on the west side, and that takes you up to Baltimore. Take that loop around and you go out the northwest side of Baltimore, up even about an hour north. That's where I delivered, and then came back down. Luckily I found a pretty good paying load out of Baltimore, which is really down on the inlet bay there, between Baltimore and Dover, Delaware. Picked up some stainless steel sheets that are all packaged. There's like 30-40 sheets in each package. I got 36 of those. Weighs about 45,000 pounds. So it's not light by any means, but it's a good load. And more importantly, from Finksburg down to, it's called Sparrows Point, is where I actually loaded. You go back down to Baltimore and go around the east side loop down to the south side of Baltimore. From Finksburg to where I loaded was only 45 minutes. I found the load yesterday before I even got up to Finksburg. Luckily, the 45 minutes there, they loaded me. I was in and out in an hour, and I'm right back at the petrol I was at last night. So, and I don't deliver to Jonesboro, Arkansas until Monday morning, which is good because I was up at 5 o'clock this morning. I had it in gear at 5:20. That doesn't sound early, except I just left Arizona a few days ago, so my clock is 3 hours behind that. So I was up at 2 o'clock and leaving at 2:20. So I had about 3 hours left on my clock today, but I've only got about 800 miles. Well, actually, the whole trip's about 800 some miles. I got about 700. I'm sorry, it's 900 miles. I got 700 left. So sorry, I keep looking out here. There's lots of traffic moving around, and it's just kind of grabbing my attention. But I've got about, it'll be a good 700 miles tomorrow. I'll be in West Memphis, Arkansas. So I'm there plenty early. Can't get a restart in, but that's okay. I just wanted to get back here, shut down early, so I could go to sleep at a reasonable time. Chances are I'll be back up at 5:30 or 6 in the morning, which is 2:30 or 3 Arizona time. But that'll get me into West Memphis before the Petro gets busy there tomorrow night, so I can get a spot, shut down, and nap on and off tomorrow with no rush. So that's the good thing. The other good thing is, since fuel's dropping again tonight, I'll fuel up in the morning. I'm paying about $1.90. I can't believe I'm saying this. $1.92 or $3 a gallon for diesel. It's absolutely nuts. But it's sure nice to fill up and not have a $700 bill and instead only be at $300 or $400. So that's a nice change. But it was a quick. I was lucky. I got around the 495 in Washington and the 695 loop on Baltimore like 7:30, 8 o'clock this morning. No traffic. I was stunned because everybody I've talked to says it's just a cluster bomb going around there. Now, coming out of Washington this afternoon was a little busy because it's Friday afternoon, and I don't know, maybe everybody's going up to the mountains, or I don't know what they're doing, but it was bumper to bumper doing 70, and nobody could pass anybody, and that's all right. It's speed limit 70. I was in no hurry, but I just kind of bring all this up because I kind of found myself in the same route, the same groove, even though it was different places, different shippers and receivers. Kind of got tired of driving the same places, so I thought, what the hell? This is for a shipper that I haul direct for. So it was kind of nice to put it in gear and go. I'd never been to Maryland. I just don't go up there. I think I said that earlier, but it's pretty. It kind of reminded me of Kentucky and Tennessee, but I wasn't way up north, so I didn't see like Hagerstown or areas like that. But it was pretty. The trees are starting to change and leaves are starting to turn green, so that helps. And I think it was like 70 degrees there today. I had this on, it was actually hot, so it was nice. It was a nice trip. I'm getting in and out of there pretty quick. There's a big storm coming east, and I think it just hit Denver, and it'll be rolling out this way in a day or two, and it's going to drop to like 40, 50 degrees. So pick that one right. By the way, that's no luck. I do watch the weather. I watch 3 or 4 days in advance all the time to see what's going on. Enough so that I know I haven't washed my truck in 2.5 weeks. And I tell you, if you got a black truck that's real shiny, it makes me sick. But it's supposed to rain tomorrow going through Nashville, and what's the point of spending the money, 80 or 120 bucks on a truck wash when it's just going to get dirty tomorrow? So that's kind of really all that happened today. Just a little update. I'll make it from Rafine in the morning to West Memphis, Arkansas. And for those of you that don't go through that area, Memphis kind of splits the Tennessee-Arkansas border. So on the Arkansas side, it's called West Memphis. And you go over the bridge into Tennessee, and it's Memphis. So same town, same stuff. Yeah, that's about it. Just kind of that wasn't a quick update. That was a long update, but give you some thoughts on what I'm going through. Got my laundry done. Gonna go in and grab a little bite to eat. Get some sleep here pretty soon because I know I'm gonna hit the wall real shortly. So anyway, keep up, keep lovely, stay lovely, whatever it is. Thanks for watching. Check in. I appreciate you subscribing and hitting the like button. That's kind of how it gets shared around. So just helps me, encourage me to make more videos and keep you updated. So I'll talk to you soon. Be good.